Hey, welcome back to I'm in the Band. I'm Mark Adams. This video is going to talk a little bit about the 12-bar blues, a 12-measure repeating pattern of chords that's associated with the blues but used in many types of music as well. I'll give some demos on the piano of how that works and a few different styles and some notation, things like that, and give you a little better understanding so you can play along with the tracks. If you already know how it works and you want to just jam along with one, head on over to the tracks and pick one specific to an instrument and go ahead and play along with that. If you're, say, a bass player, you pick the blues track for bass, and I'll try to have some instructions in those pieces, some notation maybe, some examples of bass lines and things like that. And then you'll play along with the track as the bass player in the band. So stick around for some more information or head on over to the tracks when you're ready. Thanks a lot for joining. So here's an example of the 12-bar blues in the key of C major. You have 4 measures in the key of C, that's the 1 chord, followed by 2 measures in F, that's the 4 chord, and then 2 more measures in C, the 1 chord, then 1 measure in G, the 5 chord, 1 measure in F, the 4 chord, and 2 final measures. The 2 final measures can either be the 1 chord, C, or C and G, the 1 chord and the 5 chord. I'll do a demo on that and you can hear how it works. Okay, so working at the piano here, this would be middle C, and your C scale. So when we talk about 1, 4, and 5 chords, the 1 chord is the root chord you're in. So in this case it's C. That's your C chord. And then the 4 is 4 up from there. So C, 1, 2, 3, 4. F, that's your 4 chord. And then of course your 5 chord would be G right here. So again, you have your 1 chord, your 4 chord, F, 5 chord G, back to C, and then that final chord again can be a C or a G, and you can spice it up with the G7 to take you back into the C. So here's an example of the 12-bar blues in C with your 4 measures of C. 1, 2, 3, 4 measures to the 4 chord F, back to the C chord for 2, the 5 chord G for 1, the F chord for 1, back to the C chord for the last 2. Or, as I mentioned, you can do the C chord and a G chord, or this is a G7, which kind of takes you back into the progression there. So we could do that in a little swing tempo in the key of C, and it might sound something like this. Blues can obviously be done in many different styles. If we choose an organ sound here, we could do like a slow organ blues. To the 4 chord. The 5 chord. So now that you know the 1-4-5 progression, you can move that around in any starting key, which you might want to do for specific instruments. For example, guitar, they play an E a lot. The top and bottom strings are E, and beginning guitarists will like that key. For piano, it's a 4 sharp, so a little more challenging. But so here's E, your scale, your E major scale. So the first then is E, the 1 chord. The 4 chord is 1, 2, 3, 4, your A. And then your B is the 5 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord. So let's do a little jam in E and you can see how that works. So there's some information on the 12-bar blues. You head on over to the tracks now and pick one out and have some fun with it. Thanks again for joining.